What's up, dudes? Ladies Universe here. You're Master Geeky and welcome to a new episode. And I finally have gotten time to read this series. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have nothing against Black Panther. I love the character. I watched the movie when it first came out on DVD. I was a fan of the movie. I was a big supporter of the movie. I love the character. But somehow I did pick this up at a bookstore before this whole virus thing became apparent, and they closed down for now. They still do business, but over the internet business. But I finally have read these, and these are the Ta-Nehisi Coates, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Black Panther series, which is titled A Nation Under Our Feet. Oh boy, this video might be short, but we'll see. So I would first like to say that a lot of this inspiration for the Black Panther's costume does come from the movie, where it's like a lot more technologically advanced than it should be. So that's really cool. And in the first volume here, they do have the first story of Black Panther that he appeared in, which is let me see, which is Fantastic Four number 52 when he first made his debut appearance. And then in Volume 2, in Black Panther number 6, they talk about the first appearance of Killmonger. So, really nice touch. So, anyways, in this story, in the comic, Black Panther is basically in Wakanda. He's trying to keep everything under control, but everything is going out of his control. People are rebelling against T'Challa. People are becoming rage apparently in Wakanda. Every single little aspect of Wakanda. If you remember the movie, you know how there were like different parts of Wakanda that people are from. Yeah, that's apparent here. So everybody going against Black Panther, even his own guards, the uh, the Diraji, is going against Black Panther too as well. And yeah, this is very different. And even for the King of Wakanda, he meets with like other royal advisors, as we seen him do in the movie, where he is talking to the royal advisors like, "What should we do? Like, where do we turn?" And even the royal advisors are like, "Well, Wakanda's screwed." This is also after Shuri became Black Panther in 2010. I remember hearing about that. I was a big supporter of that when that happened. That was also at the time when I was getting back into comic books, so this was very good for me. Um, but everything that is a Black Panther reference is in this. They talk about him being with the Avengers. They talk about him dealing with other people because, as well, Black Panther is not only just protector of Wakanda and their king, he's also a businessman. He owns a lot of businesses. There is a moment where he's talking to Zedediah Stane from the Iron Man universe. There's a moment where you see Black Panther's crew come back. Yes, I mean Black Panther and the crew. So you get to see Misty Knight, you get to see Luke Cage, and you get to see his wife Storm in this. And, I was just sitting back like, so this is basically a love letter to the Black Panther series, which is awesome. Um, Technically speaking, Shuri is in this, but she is not really the main character in this. She's a side character. But even for Ta-Nehisi Coates, as brilliant as a writer as he is, this story really, even though it's titled under Black Panther, you don't hardly see T'Challa in this. You see every other character that is a main character from the movie. Like you see Baba in this. You get to see T'Challa's mother. You get to see all of his other sisters. You get to see the Jiraji play a big role in this. Like this is not just fully on T'Challa himself. But there was a really cool moment that I loved in this book, which is fantastically drawn. Is with Black Panther with these other Wakandians with several ghosts or spirits of the past. So you get to see the very, very first Black Panther. You get to see T'Chaka. You get to see all the other people who have basically died in this. So there's a lot of characters also in this that I never even knew about. Like the one character Eden, who is a teleporter, basically witch doctor. I never heard about him, and even when I read him about this, he became one of my favorite characters very well easily. I liked the way that he talked. I liked his powers of teleportation. He seemed like a really cool, um, character in all of this. The art by who's the artist here? Brian. I hope I pronounced his last name right. Delphries. Brian Delphries. There's amazing art in this. Like everything that he does, the characters' faces, their facial expressions, everything fits together so beautifully in this. Even in the scenes where the other characters um, basically like interact with somebody else. The red sky is like symbolizing like death or something is coming. It's very well apparent throughout this, and I do love this because this is not what Black Panther is used to. This is several enemies beyond his control that are basically taking over his entire country of Wakanda. And even though that Black Panther always has stated that his business is in Wakanda, which it is, he's their king, he's their protector. Um, I'm really surprised that he asked that Eden went to go get the crew for help, because it's like, well, who do you really get in your time of need? I was thinking like he was going to call on the Fantastic Four, and technically he's a member of the Fantastic Four. I also thought that maybe he was going to grab the Avengers. We would have thought Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Captain America coming here, but no, it him with the crew. And what I really love about this is that Luke Cage, because in the comics he's a father, they actually acknowledge him like doing taxes, spending time with his daughter, spending time with his wife. I'm like, that is a cute little nod to the character because during this time, Luke was a father. He was a the father of a little girl. So it was very cute and acknowledging like this character and everything. But I love the costume of this in this series. If I can get to a good page, where they show it off. Like his costume is not just that like the olden days where that he just put it on and he had the superpowers and whatnot. No, I mean they actually do acknowledge that the costume that he wears is basically technologically advanced. And I'm trying to see where I can find a good page where it shows where it is technologically advanced. I guess right here, as you can see, like his suit is technologically advanced. He does have technology induced in the suit. But what's also really great about this for T'Challa is that he has a self struggle with himself. He doesn't know if he's worthy enough to be king of Wakanda or even the protector of Wakanda. Like there are moments where he has flashbacks, especially during the first volume slash issue, where he's having flashback of his father T'Chaka. He's having flashback where he talks with Namor. He's having flashbacks where he talks with other people that he's familiar with. Like, am I worthy of this? Because look what happened to my country, and I didn't protect them. But in my opinion, it was like beyond his control. So what could he really do to protect his people? And again, this is a serious love letter to a bunch of Black Panther fans. Like they even say in the back, like where you can go, what books you can check out. Like before this all happened, or the lead up to this, you can read all these different, stories for this and everything. I even love they're not married in this universe, which breaks my heart because I'm a big fan of their marriage. But they acknowledge the relationship with Storm or Aurora and T'Challa. I'm like, but you're not together. At least you acknowledge this. But they're not together. That breaks my heart because I love their relationship. Yeah, like curse you, Marvel. But there is a really cute moment when this ends. He is teleported by Eden to Aurora's room at the X Mansion. So that's a little weird. It's especially like for Charles Xavier or somebody just like walks past your room and there she is with the King of Wakanda. I mean, he can be anywhere that he wants to be thanks to Eden. I get that, and he does use Eden's powers throughout this of teleportation, where he showed up in different locations so he can get to places faster. I get that. I get that. But it was especially like really adorable. If I can just get to it at the end here, where he basically just shows up in a world room and she's like, "Hello, Aurora." What, you probably scared the crap out of her because she is a teacher at the X Academy. If you go by the movies and one of the animated series portrayal, you know, I do think that Halle Berry should have had an appearance in the Black Panther movie. I know that it's not her movie, or she doesn't, but she had a big play with the character of T'Challa. God burn it. But anyways, this is my first time actually reading this series, and I love it. If you haven't read anything by Ta-Nehisi Coates, I highly recommend reading Black Panther, a Nation Under Our Feet. It's definitely worth reading because it talks about the long history of not only the Black Panther, it talks about the past kings, the relationship that people have with Wakanda, what Wakanda means to them, and it's just an amazing story, all well put together. I know that this is from 2013, I think. No, 2016. Even though this came out, in 2016. Wow, that's a lifetime ago. Um, this is still one of the best stories that I've ever read, and I highly, highly recommend it if you haven't read it yet. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want me to do a review of the Black Panther movie, let me know. I did see it when it first came out. There's only a little bit that I can remember about it. I can't remember everything off the top of my head. I can remember Killmonger, Claw being in it. I can remember certain scenes that happened. But there's a lot that I can't remember. But if you want to see me talk more about Black Panther, let me know in the comments down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, Wakanda forever. And I'll see you next time.